2 weeks ago,
Okay.
and for the school,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the 3 to 5 years old,
Oh,
and they are always 3 persons, but in the big school they have like a 5 or 6, and different person just asks you many questions, about the
ah,
position. Yeah, it's so scary.
ah.
I just get into the room and I'm like, oh my god, 3 person, okay. And that was my first time I applied for a job here.
Oh,
Never in my life, never. In Colombia, yeah, but in Spanish, and I say,
but
I
it's
can do,
totally
I can do it in Spanish. No, and I like, okay. So one of them is a teacher, the other one is parent.
mm-hmm.
One of the mothers all the time they participate in the interview, and the other one is the administrative. So they ask different questions about the the position, and I was like, I don't know when I can understand everything, but I had to
Yeah.
take my time to answer the question and get it right.
Ah,
So today I received a call and they say I passed the interview and they want to offer to me the job, and I like, oh my god, I'm in shock. I can't believe it. I start almost crying. I say, oh my god, I
oh.
can do it.
But you
I
keep it and you done it. And
yes. And I like, oh wow.
oh, okay. All these
I
kind
was
of
so
things
negative.
that is part of it, learning. Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rosemary, for sharing us. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, Viviana, hello. What was your weekend? Because here in Colombia, Rosemary, we had yesterday a holiday, a beautiful holiday.
Hmm. Yes, teacher. Okay, in the Holy Weekend, I was okay. I went with my family
Mm-hmm.
to the uh, kilometer 18 in Cali, is Las Afueras. I don't know.
Borders?
Yes. Uh-huh. And it's a place called near Cali. Yes, it's very cold.
Oh,
And
really?
uh,
In Cali?
yes,
Perfect.
yes, near is more or less 20 minutes by car. Yes, by car. And
Yeah.
it's a beautiful place because I can see a beautiful landscape. Mhm. And
Mhm.
I drank chocolate with cheese.
Ah, it's so delicious.
Yes, it's delicious in a cool place.
For sure, because in
Yes.
Cali or in Cartagena, it is totally shocking.
Terrible, yes, teacher. Teacher, I have a question for you.
Sure. Go ahead, please.
I actually I write a text about a short story for my tax about the intermediate English too. And I have this question. In Colombia is now Dia de los Inocentes, yes? But in USA is Fool's Day, yes? But I can say December Fool's Day, or is incorrect?
December what? Sorry?
December Fool's Day.
December Fool's Day.
Yes, in USA is known as our
Mm,
April Fool's Day. Yes, Dia de los Inocentes is
but
April Fool's Day.
yes.
But in Colombia, it's correct say December Fool's Day.
Okay. But this is the thing. Fools is like a you're person so nice. It is
It's
totally different from here in Colombia that it is innocent, like a
innocent.
pure, like a baby. I don't
Uh-huh.
consider it as a traduction, a specific traduction, because
Uh-huh.
if you go to December 29th,
Uh-huh.
Dia de Inocentes. Yes, just
Yes.
plain because fools is like you're a dumb, you're a
Yes.
stupid person. But
Uh-huh.
29 here, it is not like a stupid, like a pure, like a naive people.
Uh-huh.
I
But
don't have.
my sister-in-law
Mhm.
told me that in USA is now April Fool's Days.
Yeah.
Yes, it's celebrated in April.
Yes.
Yes, but is correct said in Colombia December Fool's Day or no?
Fool's,
Oh,
Fool's note. The
no?
sentence is correct. The sentence is correct. December
Uh-huh.
Fool's Day. But the
Uh-huh.
intention, but the message that you're going to send, it is not correct. Because
Ah,
here in Colombia, we don't celebrate Fool's Day. Because
okay.
it's like stupid.
Ajá,
Let's
ajá.
put
Ah,
this in Spanish. Let's put this
entonces
in Spanish.
I might say innocent day, innocent day, or
Lo
no?
que te decía anteriormente, no le pondría una traducción específica. He hecho un texto con
Ah,
eso,
dejarlo así, Día de los
dejarlo
Inocentes.
así ya plano. Yo, lo
Ah,
dejaría así. Yo hice un texto de hecho así, con diarios inocentes, y pues no
sí.
me dijeron nada y fue bien.
Ah, ok.
Porque
Entonces
el
lo
Full
dejas.
Day es el día como de los inocentes, pero tontos. O sea, full es tonto, estúpido, o sea, te hago bromas
Ajá.
pesadas. En cambio, aquí tenemos un contexto mucho más cristiano. O sea, es el contexto de los
No, pero
puros,
eso
de
es
los
que
sagrados.
aquí, sí, pero aquí el 28 de diciembre es para eso, para hacerle bromas a la gente también.
Claro, pero ahorita. Pero el
Ajá,
contexto inicial es el Día de los Inocentes, de los Santos Inocentes. De hecho, como se llama
ajá,
tal cual, Santos Inocentes. Entonces tú lo
ajá.
podrías decir, si lo quisieras poner, entonces una traducción a lo tuyo sería December, sí, está perfecta la oración, December, Pure Saints Day, Santo de
Pure
los
Saints
Inocentes.
Day.
Pure, como
Ah,
puro.
okay.
December, December. Let me write it down, December. Pure Saints, Pure Saints Day. December es Pure Saints Day, como el
Ah,
santo
okay.
de los puros inocentes, algo que es puro, algo que es muy, no es como para hacerle broma, sino que nuestro significado viene de lo cristiano.
Ah,
Pero
okay.
igual, yo lo que te digo, le hice un texto similar, pero no le puse la traducción, no, porque
Sí.
no sabía cómo ponérselo así tal cual, no, así que se lo voy a hacer normal. December, Día de los Inocentes, ya.
¿Sabes qué? Lo que yo quiero decir, perdona ahí,
Tal.
lo que yo quiero decir es que yo di una noticia, bueno, de
Ajá.
mi primer embarazo, yo la conté el 27 de diciembre que me di cuenta que estaba en embarazo. Entonces mi mamá le contó a mi tía el 28, que es el día de los inocentes. Entonces ella creyó que le estaba haciendo la broma. Entonces le dijo, no, 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 a mí no venga aquí usted con su eso. Entonces ella me llamó a mí y decir, oye, usted me está haciendo una inocentada. ¿O qué? Entonces no creía que era verdad, ¿ya? Entonces por eso yo quiero poner como, no el contexto de lo que tú dices de lo cristiano,
Sí,
sino de lo que se celebran aquí en lo, ¿cómo se dice eso? En lo
sí,
vaga,
sí,
en
las
lo
inocentadas, las bromas.
exacto, exacto.
Pero para ponerle el nombre así tal cual, mi
Entonces
mamá,
sería ese,
my
sería
mother
ese.
making a joke in the December Pure Saints Day
Ajá.
o el 29 Día de los Inocentes.
Ah, ok,
En
ok.
serio.
Thank you so
Vale.
much.
You're very welcome. Juliet, what was your weekend? Your long weekend?
Well, hi everyone. Um, well, it was kind of well, not boring, but I have not. I have. Sorry. I don't know. I watch a movie, and the rest of my weekend I just do activities and work. So it wasn't exciting at all. So
So playing to relaxing.
yeah, kind
Relaxing. I am by you. I am by you.
of.
Because yesterday I had to work, so I am by
Yes.
you. Okay, thank you, Juliet. Seleni, what was your weekend?
Teacher, hello.
Hello, Seleni.
Nothing special, teacher. I'm in Saturday. Go to my son with the scouts.
Mhm.
Um, I feel the. You say temblor in English?
Yes, like a hairquake.
Yes, it's very very stronger.
Yes, did you feel it?
Yes.
I didn't. Don't.
And on Sunday, I clear my house and watch TV with my son. No more.
Regarding the earthquake, did you scare it? Did you scared about it?
Yes.
Did you feel fear?
Yes.
Ah, where did you do? Where was you go? Or I don't know. What did you do in that
Teacher
moment?
is very difficult. I feel the hurt is my is my ¿cómo diría? Como si te se saliera el pecho, el corazón del pecho.
Well, okay, my heart burst from my chest or
Yes, yes.
bound in my chest.
Literally.
Oh, yeah, it was terrible because I could feel that feeling during all the day. For example, the earthquake was 2 hours ago, and today I don't know. It is
No.
shaking or something like that. I don't know. Uh,
Yes, teacher.
Paranoid.
Yes.
I
Yes.
know. It was difficult. It was difficult.
Very, very difficult, teacher.
Mm. Okay, thank you, Selene.
Thank
So
you.
I'm going to turn off my camera to avoid technical issues. So we're going to make a short review about our last topic, comparisons, but especially in comparing nouns. I really hope that you had some review about about the infographic, about the topics that we saw last week. I hope so. So, we're talking especially about comparing nouns. It is important because we're not just we cannot just compare adjectives, more intelligent, cleanest, bigger, tallest, something like that, or taller, whatever. But it is important to compare nouns, tangible, untangible, countable, and uncountable. So, for example, about those dishes, I would say that the dish B has more space than the dish A. I would also say that the dish B has fewer eggs than dish A. El plato B tiene menos huevos que el plato A. Fewer and lesser and more, we use it with countable and uncountable and just for nouns. Let's put this into Spanish. Fewer, menor que, menos que, o lesser, menor que, o more, que es más que, lo utilizamos solamente con sustantivos. So, fewer lo utilizamos con cantidades que se pueden contar, countable nouns. Por ejemplo, entonces escribimos aquí. This bean dish bean has fewer eggs than dish A. El plato B tiene menos huevos que el plato B tiene menos huevos que el plato A. So, we can also say that dish B has less less food than dish A. Okay. El plato A tiene menos comida que el plato A y el plato B tiene menos comida que el plato A. Less, así como lo vemos aquí, less than, esta estructura, la utilizamos con cosas que no podemos contar. Food es algo que no podemos contar en inglés. Una comida, dos comidas, eso podemos decirlo en español, pero no lo podemos decir en inglés. You're never going to find food in plural, foods. No, we never we're going to find this kind of word in plural. So we could also say that For example, dish A has fewer potatoes, potatoes than dish B. Dish B. El plato A tiene menos papas, si tuviera papas, tiene menos papas que el plato B. Ese tipo de cosas podemos expresar con este tipo de particularidades, con este tipo de estructuras, que se los pasé, por supuesto, en la infografía. So, you're going to compare some images. You're going to tell me 3 sentences using fewer than or using less than. So, we're going to start with Viviana. Please compare some elements in those two zoos.
Okay, teacher. Mm, the picture A
Mhm.
has yes
Yes,
has fewer animals than picture B.
that it should be. Okay.
Yes, it's fewer because the animals is content. Yes,
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 perfect.
okay.
Yes.
Animals, okay.
Ok,
Uh,
pero está muy bien la estructura, pero
uh-huh.
eso quiere decir que en el zoológico hay menos animales que en el zoológico.
Ah,
Está muy bien la estructura, pero
oh,
es
sorry, teacher. Sorry. In the zoo B
Ajá.
has fewer animals than zoo A. I see.
Totally agree. Perfect. Another one.
Okay. 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 In the so E has so E has more grab more grab than so B.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, and
And the last one.
one. Okay, in the so B, um, the so B has fewer um, um, l- fewer lions than sub A.
Perfect. Yes, totally perfect. Thank you, Vivian.
Thanks, teacher.
Juliet, please compare those images.
Okay. With fewer and less.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
Ocean, Ocean, no, sorry. Yeah. Ocean B has fever,
Fever
I
one?
fever. It
Okay.
sounds weird for me, sorry. Fewer fishes than Ocean A.
Perfect.
Um, I don't know. Eh, Ocean B has eh, fever. Eh, ay, se me fue la palabra. Arrecifes,
Coral.
corals. Yeah,
Coral.
Ocean B has fewer corals than Ocean A.
Perfect. And the last one.
And mm, Ocean B has. I don't know. Okay, no. Ocean B has less is when used with uncountable nouns.
Yes.
Right. Okay, but I don't know. I can see uncountable here.
Water,
Ah, but in which way?
you can make up. Ocean B has a less water than ocean
I don't know. I mean,
A.
I can say
Or
that
stones, about the stones, it's, rocks, land.
I was thinking about the rocks, but the rocks are countable. No, no.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You can
Well,
use
Ocean B has no. Ocean A has less rocks than Ocean B.
perfect. Yes, could apply. Perfect, Julia. Thank you. So, Rosemary, please.
Hmm, what I can say of these two. Okay. Man A. Um. Has fewer clothes. I don't know. Do you have to say?
Estás diciendo que el hombre A tiene menos ropa.
Menos ropa?
Estás diciendo que el hombre A tiene menos ropa.
Oh no.
Mm, okay.
Because less is when you are uncountable, no? No,
Yes, uncountable.
uncountable, yeah. So
Clothing is correct. Less.
less.
Mm,
Uh-huh.
okay.
For man B, he
Or
has less
indeed, yes.
less clothes than the man A.
Okay. B has less clothing
Less clothing, uh-huh.
than many. Perfect.
The man
Another
A. The man A, um, what I can say, it doesn't have nothing beer, la barba.
yes. You see less and fewer, Rosemary.
Um, less, less um
Okay, perfect.
beer the man B,
Perfect, lesbian.
and man A has less belly than the man B.
Well, if you let's put like weight, men A has less weight than
Wait,
weight. Thank you, Rosemary.
especially the belly.
So special. Thank you, Rosemary. And Eleni, please.
Oh, teacher.
Or Rosemary. Or Rosalini, sorry.
Okay. The picture B
Mm-hmm.
has let's that the picture A.
Has less hot weather than picturing. Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Yes.
And the picture B few few tree that the picture 8.
Lo que está diciendo es que la pintura B, la fotografía B, tiene menos árboles que
No,
la
al
pintura
contrario.
A.
The picture, ay, the picture A has fewer uh, tree that the picture B,
Fewer trees than picture B. Perfect. Another one.
and the picture 8 uh, has a fewer water that picture B.
Fewer. Fewer, we use it with water. Sorry. Fewer, we use it with countable nouns.
Ah, okay.
Can you count water?
And entonces a picture A has less water and that picture be.
Perfect. Totally perfect. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Celine. You're so smart. Perfect. Okay. As you can see, those kind of particles are a little bit confused because we think that we're comparing with a much more amount of something. For that reason, you use fewer or less. But it's just practice and no more. Perfect. Thank you so much. You did it so well. So we're going to talk about today relative clause. Relative clause is a little bit tricky, but it is a necessary topic. So, clauses, we use it these particles, which, who, where, we use it that, and which, who, where, that, and whose. It is not so common. And whose, what else? There is what else? Whom. Perfect. Okay. Which we use this particle to add some characteristics only with animals or things, not for people. So we say the PC, which is in my desk, is too slow. El computador que está en mi escritorio es muy lento. We're adding two characteristics for the object, for the main object, the PC, which is in my desk, and it is too slow. So, who? We use who for people, just for people, to add some characteristics to the person who we are talking about. So, my mother, who gave me her life, has a special gift. My mother, who gave me her life, has a special gift. We have here two characteristics. I'm talking about my mother, and I would say that she gave me her life and that she has a special gift. Where? Okay, the beach where we went last year was okay. The beach, the beach. We added one characteristic. The beach where we went last year was devastated. So the main characteristic here is we went last year because we're in the particle where. And that is like the Joker card, because we can use it for people or for animals or for ideas, for feelings or for whatever. For example, I would say my friend that mm, that borrow me some money wasn't here. My friend that borrowed some money wasn't here. Mi amigo que me prestó algo de dinero no está aquí. Whose and whom? Those one are tricky because we couldn't say so common these kind of particles because they make part of the writing and academic world. For that reason, we cannot see so commonly in a current or in a common conversation. Whose? We use whose for people, and it accomplishes a possessive function. For example, Stella, good evening.
Good evening, teacher and classmates. I'm so sorry I'm too late.
Don't worry, Stella. Please turn off your mic.
Alright.
Yes, Stella. We were talking about, Stella, about relative clauses. Which, who, where, that. So, we were talking about whose and whom. Whose in Spanish is cuyo or cuya. For example, my father, whose, hmm, whose, hmm, whose work was selling is unemployed. Mi padre, cuyo trabajo era vender, está desempleado. Ese cuyo, pues generalmente no lo encontramos en una conversación normal, que dos personas americanas estén hablando, entonces utilizan el whose. No, generalmente siempre van a utilizar el who. Pero lo que sí se utiliza mucho es para los exámenes académicos, para poner esas cascaritas que le ponen a uno en los exámenes. Al igual, at the same time, whom for the same function. Too, so this poem is too tricky also. So we use it also in formal situations. For example, after prepositions or after some particles like all of, few of, or many of. For example, for formal situations after prepositions, my students, my students in whom I trust, made an excellent job. Excellent. Mis estudiantes en quienes confío hicieron un excelente trabajo. En quienes, por quienes. Ese tipo de cosas, para ese tipo de situaciones utilizamos el whom. O después de ciertos cuantificadores como all of o few of. Okay. Por ejemplo, those people were arrested. Many of whom were innocent. Esas personas fueron arrestadas. Muchas de ellos eran inocentes. Muchos de ellos, algunos de ellos, todos ellos. Ese tipo de partículas las utilizamos con el whom. Como les decía, eso es en un campo muy formal, es un campo académico, es un campo donde cuando nos piden a nosotros hacer algún tipo de ensayo para el IELTS, para el TOEFL, para el CAT, para ese tipo de exámenes, utilizan muchísimo ese tipo de partículas y pues obviamente las evalúan. En las conversaciones así del real life, generalmente nos encontramos con estas, que estoy segura que muchos de la habrán encontrado en muchos de los trabajos que hemos hecho. Entonces, sobre todo, que generalmente es el que más utilizamos nosotros para unir muchísimas oraciones. So, we have two sentences with different compositions or different characteristics, and we need to join them in just one sentence. In that case, we can use which, who, where, that, whose, whom. For example, TF is bright. TF is delicious. Delicious. So, to join those sentences, we can use which. The egg, which is delicious, is fried. Eso es todo. En la siguiente sesión, obviamente, vamos a ver el tema de las comas, hay otro tema que tenemos que es importante tocar, pero eso es como lo fundamental, lo básico que tenemos que tener en cuenta para poder utilizar el which, el who, el where and that. Hay muchas otras, claro que sí, pero esas son las más importantes por el momento. So, We're going to see those examples in a short story that I bring to you. That is this. So we're going to read paragraph by paragraph, and at the finish, we're going to discuss some aspects about this. So we're going to start with Viviana. Viviana, please read aloud this first paragraph.
Okay, teacher. She gave me three coffee cups, one red, one yellow, one brown. She told me that I had to use them for special occasions, but life is too short to wait for special events in my life. I knew him, I got a guy to whom our girls wanted to talk. His smile, which made me feel powerful, was the first image that I couldn't take off my head. His eyes that sparkled as soon as he came across me. It was magical but not long lasting.
Okay, thank you, Viviana. Juliet, please. This one.
Okay, okay. Alfred, sorry, Alfred, his brother who studied languages, never was attracted to me. When I went to his home, we barely spoke. His mother, whom I always found a rival, never talked about his father, who knew that everything was going to be different. That wedding was precious. My dress, which had crystal beads and its upper parts was white and long. It fit me as I wanted. My father, who always was against our relationship, walked me down the aisle. My mother just left me those three cups when I was 15. She died.
Perfect. Thank you, Juliet. Rosemary, please. This one.
Okay. We never talked about children, and time went on. We always had parties and meetings to keep our families and relatives close, most of whom never came back here after that day. Our house, which always had been open for everybody, closed its doors forever, which would be the worst thing, losing him or losing me. His smile that I loved to see every day vanish. His eyes where my soul could rest lost its vision forever.
Thank you, Rosemary. Yes, Lenny, please. This one.
Okay. Everything went wrong. Money was the problem. People who he worked with gave us a generous compensation for his service. Friends vanished, colleagues in whom we trusted faded away. The closest relatives whose problem he solved at any moment went away. And that moment we were he, or that which become his kids never played again. His mother died, a child never loved me. We get along very well. She had been me unconditional support. My father is the only person who could offer me a comfortable place to rest his shoulder. Always visit us 3 times in a month.
Thank you, so Lenny. And Stella, please. The last one.
Right. That afternoon, as every day, Alfredo came at home. He kissed me softly in my mouth, as always during last year. We got used to his empty gaze. He was totally blind. I served some coffee for us. I used to serve the coffee for him in the brown one. But that day I decided to change. I served him in the red one. So we sat on the couch he was in front of. of us. Alfredo touched me softly, my right cheek, and I kissed his hand. We were just drinking our coffees, and suddenly he started at me and told me, "There, don't change the coffee cup. I love, uh, I don't know, I love, I can read more.
I love the brown one.
Tell me.
I love the brown one. Can
All
you see?
right, this, I can see that part.
Ah, okay. Let me now.
All right, let me see where was. Oh gosh, I lost.
The last sentence. Dear, don't change.
Oh, let me find it. I don't know. I lost the. No, I still can read, teacher.
Okay. Dear, don't change the
No,
coffee cup. I
teacher,
love the brown.
the text is like at the end down, and I can see that.
Oh, okay. Let me put the last sentence. And okay. Wait. This is the last one part. Dear, don't change the coffee cup. I love the brown. Okay, so we're going to read it again. Three coffee cups. This is a free version based on the original story, Mario Benedetti. Okay. She gave me three coffee cups. One red, one yellow, one brown. She told me that I had to use them for special occasions. But life is too short to wait for special events in my life. I knew him, a guy to whom all girls wanted to talk. His smile, which made me feel powerful, was the first image that I couldn't take off my hat. His eyes that sparkled as soon as he came across me, it was magical, but not long lasting. So, Viviana, in this part, a guy to whom all girls wanted to talk. This particle to whom I'm sorry, I'm too sure with you again this screen because no, sorry. What part? This part. This part, please, Vivian. This part.
Okay.
To whom? This to whom? Who is referring to?
Um, okay. What is the mean? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. A guy to whom all girls wanted to talk. Um, uh, okay. Translate that or what?
No, to whom? Who is referring to? And this particle is
Okay.
referring
Refer to guy.
to the guy. Okay,
The
perfect. And this particle which, what is or what are referring to?
which is okay. It's a smile which made the feel powerful. Ah, okay, it's a comparative. The smile with me- okay, it's a comparative. The smile with a powerful, with a feel powerful. Yes.
This is establishing a relation with powerful.
Mm.
However, which is referring to his smile, to
Uh-huh.
Guy's smile. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And do you consider that the narrator is happy, unhappy, sad? What do you think that is the main message for this first paragraph?
Mm, okay. Let me see. To show is I think he thought about life is very short. I think that he worried about that. I think it, that he was sad.
Okay, sad. The narrator, is she or is he? What is the gender of the narrator? Is it a
Is
woman
he?
or a man?
Is I think is he?
Is he the narrator?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
it's a man. It's
Okay.
a
The
man.
narrator is a man. Okay. Viviana said that the narrator is a man. Okay. Let's see. Juliet. Alfred, his brother, who studied languages, never was attractive to me. When I went to his home, we barely spoke. His mother, in whom I always found a rival, never talked about his father, who knew that everything was going to be different. That wedding was precious. My dress, which had crystal beads in its upper part, was white and long. It fitted me as I wanted. My father, who always was against our relationship, walked me down the aisle. My mother just left me those 3 cups when I was 15. She died. Okay, Juliet. In this case, walked me down the aisle significa mi padre me llevó al altar.
Yes.
Entonces, um, this particle, in who is
Mhm.
referring to?
How? Sorry.
So,
What?
in whom? In whom? This particle. Who is referring to? In
Uh, to the mother-in-law,
mother-in-law.
to
Perfect.
her,
Perfect. Yes. And this particle, which? What is referring to?
to the dress,
To the dress. Perfect. Juliet, what is the genre of the narrator? It is a male or female?
female.
Female?
Sorry.
Oh, so mean. You're so mean, Juliet. Don't worry, Viviana.
Wink.
Okay, thank you, Juliet.
Okay.
So, Rosemary, pay attention. We never talked about children, and time went on. We always had parties and meetings to keep our families and relatives close, most of whom never came back after that day. Our house, which always had been open for everybody, closed its doors forever. Which would be the worst thing, losing him or losing me? His smile, that I loved to see every day, vanishing. His eyes, where my soul could rest, lost its vision forever. So, Rosemary,
Mhm.
uh, most of who is referring to, or who are referring to?
To the family and relatives.
Perfect, families and relatives.
Mhm.
Perfect. And where? What is the location it is referring to? Where is referring to?
The eyes.
Yeah, it's perfect. That is the place, a metaphoric place
Hmm.
when she can rest her soul and soul.
Yeah.
Um, what do you consider would be the worst thing for her? Losing him or losing her?
What is the worst thing? Losing him or losing?
Or
Oh, he
losing,
losing her?
yeah,
Ah, for both.
both. Okay,
Both are
perfect.
going to lose.
Both of them are loose.
Yeah.
Are losing. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rosemary.
You're welcome.
So, Selene, pay attention, please. Everything went wrong. Money wasn't the problem. People who he worked with gave us a generous compensation for his services. Friends vanished, desaparecieron. Colleagues in whom we trusted faded away, también, sinónimo de desaparecieron. The closest relatives whose problems we solved at any moment went away, también, desaparecieron, salieron corriendo. At that moment, we were he, our dog, which became his guide, never played again, his mother, that I thought never loved me. We get along pretty well. Get along, llevarse bien. She had been my unconditional support. My father is the only person who could offer me a comfortable place to rest. His shoulder always visited us 3 times in a month. So, Selene, this part, who? This particle, who is referring to?
The persons, the colleagues, the
The colleague,
colleagues.
the colleagues he worked with. Perfect. And this particle, in whom? Who is talking
This
about?
the same, the colleagues,
Colleagues. Perfect. This
colleagues.
perfect. This first part, who, referring to like the bosses, the person, the I don't know, the CEOs or supervisors or bosses or something like that. And
Yes.
colleagues are co-workers, for example.
Okay.
So, eh, which, which, what is talking about?
His mother, that Alfred.
But which? What is referring to?
Oh, duck,
The dog.
the duck.
Okay.
Okay,
And okay, thank you, Selene.
okay,
Perfect.
teacher.
And Stella, pay attention. That afternoon, as every day, Alfredo came at home. He kissed me softly in my mouth, as always during last year. We got used to his empty gaze. Nos acostumbramos a su mirada vacía. He was totally blind. I served some coffee for us. I used to serve the coffee for him in the brown one, but that day I decided to change. I served him in the red one. So we sat on the couch. He was in front of us. Alfredo touched me softly my right cheek, and I kissed his hand. We were just drinking our coffees, and suddenly he stared at me and told me, "Dear, don't change the coffee cup. I love the brown one." So, Stella,
Yes.
the guy, the main character, the guy who was blind, was really blind or he wasn't blind?
I don't think he was blind.
Why?
Um, I don't know. I never realized that he was blind.
In the first sentence, the
Oh,
narrator said
totally
that he
blind.
was totally blind.
Oh, yes, yes, he was blind.
He was blind?
I
Why?
think so, but
Why?
um,
Because the narrator said?
because no, because if he said that do not change the coffee cup, is because obviously maybe he was blind, but he realized that she changed the coffee cup.
So he wasn't blind. He can see?
No, maybe he wasn't. No, yes, he was blind, but maybe in any way he realized that she changed the coffee cup.
In any way. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Stella. Perfect. So, Rosemary, do you think that the guy was blind?
Nope.
Wasn't blind? Why?
Because we can use the I was totally blind, I don't know how to say it, like a refrain when we don't see something or we doesn't put attention to something and we just are blind. When you pass sometimes things and you are like, oh my god, I can't believe it that I passed through that, so I'm blind. So that's a refer that you can see
Okay.
in, yeah,
Okay.
physical.
Okay. Thank you, Rosemary. Juliet, you consider the guy was blind or not?
Yes, I think that he was totally blind.
Why?
Okay. Ah,
Why do you consider he was totally blind?
I don't know the way that she tells the story, like something was something was I don't know, fading away, and I think that she refers to his vision and how that changed the life from of them. And
Mm-hmm.
at the end, obviously at the end is like I don't know, I don't know how to explain it. I felt something when when we read the last part, because you realize that that's the thing of the story, that he's blind but he noticed. So that's
In some way, he realized that somebody changed the cups.
yeah, even that
Okay,
he's blind.
okay, Julie. Okay, thank you. Viviana, do you consider the guy was blind?
Yes, teacher, I agree with Juliet.
You,
Because
Julie.
when a person is totally blind, the person development more the
Develop.
developed, yes, develop the sensitive touch or the another sense
Yeah,
sentidos,
other
yes,
senses, yes.
yes. And I think he he now the woman changed his scope
Okay, anyway.
without see, yes, for the
Oh, okay,
sense,
Viviana.
for
Okay,
the sense.
Viviana.
Mhm.
In any case. Okay, thank you, Viviana. And Seleni, finally, did you consider the man was blind or not?
Teacher, no. I think the poetry is referred to the totally blind in the feeling, uh, is not physical blind. I think is the feel blind, because
Mm,
the woman in the relation in el relato,
the
uh,
story, yes.
yes, in the story, she say the guy is the 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 mind is in the moment in the various situations.
Okay, thank you so much, Seleni. Okay, girls. So the person who were the person who were closest to the real interpretation of Seleni, yes. The author is mainly talking about sense. Maybe the guy was tired of his life, and for that reason, got totally blind. He had no any senses. He had no any more warm in his smile or in his look or something like that. But he wasn't blind anymore because in the last one part, he said, "Dear, don't change the coffee cup. I love the brown one." He realized about the color. The author doesn't mean about the texture of the coffee cup or something like that. He focused on the color. So let's finish here. Let me switch to Spanish and okay. Bueno, chicas, ese fue el cuento que les quería traer el día de hoy. El cuento original es de Mario Benedetti, se llama Las Tres Tazas y pues sí, finalmente el señor no estaba ciego, se había cambiado por completo su relación con la señora, pero no estaba ciego. Y sí, Viviana, jajaja, efectivamente,
Qué tramposo.
Oh, pero
No
por
estaba
ejemplo,
ciego.
no estaba ciego.
No.
Ese fue el
ah,
que de Mario Benedetti en esa historia.
porque, o sea, que confundía porque hubo una parte en la que decían como las personas para las que él trabajaba le dieron una compensación. Entonces yo lo relacioné como que si él había quedado ciego, entonces porque no podía trabajar más le habían dado esa compensación.
Sí, le dieron una compensación, sin embargo, no estaba ciego porque se dio cuenta del color de las
De
tazas.
la, ujú.
No será
Exactamente. Sí,
mentira,
una
sí.
Él
compensación.
estaba
Mentira.
ciego.
O
Esa
de pronto se
expresión
fue a
se
hacer un
usa.
momento y volvió a recuperar la visión.
No. Pero esa expresión se usa mucho cuando por lo menos no te das cuenta de lo que tienes o tu familia, de tu relación, entonces dices, él está ciego,
Eso,
Okay.
he's
ah,
blind.
esa
Ya,
era como la acción.
esa es eso es lo que yo intenté explicar, pero no lo expliqué mucho.
No, pero bien, bien, Lenny, súper bien la interpretación.
Sí.
Sí, es un cuento un
Gracias,
poco.
teacher.
No, a ti. Bien, súper bien. El anterior grupo ni siquiera identificó si estaba ciego. No, no. I don't know, teacher. I couldn't realize if he's blind or not blind. Súper bien. Good for all of you. You can support your own answers. So pretty. Sí es un texto un poquito ladrillo, obviamente, pero es importante que empecemos a negra, negra, negra. Es importante que si empecemos como a inferir no solamente textos en español, sino también textos en
En
idioma extranjero
inglés. Ujú.
y leer entre líneas, leer siempre entre líneas. Eso es como para resaltar la importancia de los relative clauses, porque son un poquito complicados a veces como para
Sí.
coger, como para saber qué uso, that, which, o qué cosa, o no uso nada y pongo una coma y ya y me salgo. Entonces es un tema que tenemos que empezar a trabajar poquito a poquito. Les enviaré la infografía de siempre mañana y el jueves seguiremos trabajando en esa correlación de cuento y ya como desglosando un poquito más algunas reglas de los relatives. Y
Teacher, una preguntita.
claro, sí, señora.
Para uno empezar, digamos, a leer en inglés, qué libros son buenos o cómo debe buscar, pues como para no empezar con una cosa bien ladrilluda y luego como que le coja uno pereza y Dios mío, no entendí ni jota y entonces ya estoy negada para esto.
Sí, ya depende de tus gustos. Por ejemplo, hay un libro que me gustó mucho, que fue El retrato de Dorian Gray, porque
Ay,
utiliza,
sí, es espectacular.
es muy bueno en
Me
inglés,
encanta.
porque la traducción es súper sencillísima. No siente que está en el C2 ya, no, ya soy profesional. No, no,
Mm,
uno se ilusiona. Pero con ese se puede empezar, como para empezar a mirar, si quieres libros. También, si te gusta el terror, está H.P. Lovecraft, que es el máster de los másters de terror, Lovecraft. Eso tiene un poco, ¿no?, de antología de cuentos. Obviamente con ese se requiere un poquito más de esfuerzo mental, como
Sí,
porque
sé quién es.
exactamente el maestro, bueno, el de la cosa, el de It, ese sí.
Sí, ajá.
No, no es Stephen King, bueno, Stephen King, el padre de
¿Se
Stephen
ven qué?
King, padre entre comillas. O si no, el más sencillo, que también tiene muy buenos cuentos, Edgar Allan Poe, el de siempre, el que es más,
Ay, me
si quieren,
encantan,
es muy bueno, sí, es
me
genial.
encantan
Es,
todos.
no, súper bien y súper recomendados porque ahí obviamente empezamos a conocer un poquito más del estilo del
Además,
tipo,
como ya lo conoces en español, te queda más fácil como relacionarlos.
totalmente. Entonces empieza a establecer comparaciones y ya uno se siente más
Perfecto.
empezar por ahí. Eso en cuestión de terror, creo que muchas personas pensamos en que el terror es como chévere leer, de ese tipo de cosas. Hay un libro que me gusta muchísimo, 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 que personalmente lo adoro, Las Crónicas de Narnia. Son hermosos, me gusta mucho. El mensaje espiritual que tiene es genial. Quienes quieran se los voy a pasar, yo lo tengo, así que pueden empezar un poquito. Es un poquito más ladrilludo, pero es muy bueno, es muy bonito. Me parece genial el mensaje espiritual que tiene. Ah, me encanta.
Crónicas de Narnia.
Las crónicas de
Además,
Narnia.
los libros son igualitos a las películas.
No sé, hay
No, mejor los libros que las películas.
No,
pues,
en esta de Crónicas de Narnia sí son muy, muy
sí,
parecidos.
no
Sí.
sé,
Sí.
un poquito, el mensaje me gustó más. Julián Stone, no, Viviana, ¿quién es?
Todos.
Julián Stone. No, no, no la conozco bien.
Pues es que compré un libro de ella, pues que se ve como interesante, que es como una trama y toda esta, como medio confuso.
¿Llama qué?
Dice Some Kind of Normal. Some
So,
Kind of Normal.
uy, uy, interesante. El
Sí,
título ya lo atrapa a uno. Hágale a
sí.
ver. No, qué
Entonces,
raro.
por allá al final dice What is normal. Entonces, bueno, sí, tiene como una cosa bien chévere. Vamos a ver cómo me queda tiempo. Pues, voy a
Uy,
pasar.
me cuenta, nos tienes que contar. Vas a hacer el experimento y nos vas a decir y lo rotas. Y lo rotas,
Sí,
por favor.
Sí.
es
La lectura es algo muy personal, sí es importante obviamente que empecemos todos a leer. Mi tesis es basada en el storytelling para el manejo de las emociones a través del aprendizaje de lengua extranjera. Entonces me he encontrado con textos muy chéveres para los chicos. Esta adaptación la hice yo, así que pues es un acercamiento que hago generalmente para el manejo de las emociones, qué haríamos en ese caso, porque es mejor, es mucho más cómodo cuando uno se pone en el papel
Ujú.
del protagonista que pensar en las propias emociones. Entonces, como un approach diferente. Pero es algo muy personal, depende de los gustos de uno y uno está acercando poco a poco a la lectura como
Sí.
para conocer mucho vocabulario.
Ujú.
¿Alguna
Muy
pregunta?
interesante.
No, profe, como siempre, muchísimas gracias.
Muchas
Recuerda que
gracias.
Siempre
Muchas gracias.
igualmente.
todo muy claro, profe. Muchas, muchas gracias.
Súper, súper.
En Thursday, chicas juiciosas, descansen, Rosemary, descansa tu cerebro, por favor.
Ay, sí. Ya no
Cuídense.
puedo más.
Ya, todo por hoy se hizo.
Ay, sí. Muchas gracias.
Dios las
Una
bendiga.
linda noche.
Igualmente, teacher,
Igualmente.
feliz noche, niñas, feliz noche, que
Igualmente.
Okay.
descansen.
Teacher,
Bye.
linda
Bye.
noche. Bye bye.
Bye.
Night. Good night. Good night.
Good night.